According to the Oklahoma Coalition, it can cost taxpayers $2 million to $5 million per death sentence in comparison to the $1 million it will cost to house a prisoner for life. As a dedicated audience, I'm sure you're interested in learning why I believe the death penalty should be abolished in all states. The death penalty information website states that in 1976, 1,431 people have been executed because of the law of the death penalty. This is costing us taxpayers enormous amounts of money. This is your money being taken to end someone else's life. This is important because we could be saving our money by keeping these people in prison for their entire life. In addition to the cost of an execution, there are many other reasons why I believe it should be abolished. For one, many innocent lives are put at risk of an execution. The OADP.org states that there have been 138 innocent women and men who have been released from death row because they were innocent. Many of them were released just minutes before their scheduled execution. This means that these people could have potentially have died an innocent person because of the death penalty. Death Penalty Information Center discusses an investigation held that told the story of Carlos de Luna, who was executed in Texas in 1983 for killing a convenience store clerk. The investigators now feel that they had executed an innocent man for something that he clearly did not do. Later evidence provided that another man by the name of Carlos was to blame for the cruel slaying. There's no way to bring back Carlos de Luna, who had been executed. This is one of the many reasons why the death penalty should be abolished in all states. This law affects each and every person around us. Although executing someone will ensure that they will never harm another person, life in prison is cheaper and more appropriate. The death penalty does not deter crime. Oddly enough, as described by the Amnesty International, few murderers are committed in areas that hold less than 1% of all execution. In order to abolish the death penalty, there needs to be an alternate and more productive plan. This plan includes sentencing these criminals to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Life in prison without parole means that the prisoner will spend the rest of his or her life behind bars no matter what. They will not be allowed to do parole and live life in the outside world. This plan ensures that each and every person will be held accountable for their actions that they have committed. Also, it will ensure us that us taxpayers' money will not be taken for doing this. WorldCoalition.org discusses how many people believe that abolition means impunity. In other words, performing an execution on someone frees them from all they have done wrong. As of now, there are 19 states, along with the District of Columbia, that have abolished the death penalty. It is our job as Americans to get all of our states to abolish this. By doing this, we are ensuring ourselves that no one will have to die for what they have done. They will literally sit in prison and suffer. Procon.org talks about the people that are pro-death penalty. These people feel that the death penalty satisfies the famous saying, an eye for an eye, and that by killing a murderer, the family will be relieved and it will honor the victim. In reality, nothing will bring back the victim in this situation, and it is wrong to kill someone simply because they have killed someone else. This supports bad behavior. Life in prison allows the prisoner to live out his or her whole life to think about what they have done. It has been shown in many recent polls that people have a preference for life in prison rather than executing someone for what they have done. In the future, if this plan is carried out, no one will be on death row. People convicted of murder will have to live out their entire life in a locked prison cell without the possibility of ever coming out. Just picture a nasty, dusty, cold, and creepy prison cell. All around you there are white walls, big metal bars, and tasteless food. This is the life of a prisoner, one who has killed someone. In this setting, they have all day, every day, to think about what they have done. These people will be locked away from society, never to harm or hurt another person. This is justice for the victim, for the family, and for all those involved in this horrible situation. As the audience, it is your job to ensure that this plan happens. The NCDAP promotes ending the death penalty. You can join the movement to end the death penalty one state at a time. Over 90 million Americans feel that the death penalty is wrong. This organization displays the scheduled executions on their website and will also send you alerts on when these executions are scheduled to happen. This allows you to stay in tune with what is going on and to fight it. Money is being wasted on executions, and innocent people are dying every day. It is time to end this. Our hard-earned money is at stake. We could be saving $90,000 per prisoner a year if we choose life in prison over the death penalty. If each one of us bands together, we can end this death penalty once and for all. As you leave today, I want you to get out there and to promote life in prison and fight for what is right in the world, which is abolishing the death penalty.